Hey guys, John here, and today I'm going over 3 different ways to set up roundhouse kicks to the legs. 2 of the ways we're going to cover are going to attack the lead leg, how we're going to set those up, and then the third one I want to go over is attacking the rear leg, which isn't done as often, so I thought it'd be cool to include it in this video. So the first thing I want to talk about, and this is really basic, however it is important, and I think a lot of times when we are thinking about attacking with a leg kick, we don't always think about what our hand's going to do first. And we're going to stay very basic right now. We're going to start with jabs, crosses, and then I want to talk about the difference between doing straight punches to the leg kick and then throwing like a hook to the leg kick. So we're going to cover that right now, and this is going to be number 1. So very, very common and very, very basic, and definitely should be used a lot. Just because something's basic does not mean you shouldn't use it. You probably should use it more than you do. It is going to be utilizing the jab or the cross or a combination of the two to get somebody's hands to come up, okay? Obviously, if I'm getting peppered in the face with jabs and crosses, I need to put my hands up. So if I start with just the jab and I throw it out there nice and long, that person's hands are going to come up. When somebody's hands come up, they tend to go a little heavier on their rear leg, especially if they lean back slightly, and that's going to open up their leg for me. So I'm going to lead with that jab, and as it happens, I'm going to just pivot and throw that kick. Now this is a long kick, okay? I can do the same thing off the cross, and I have 2 ways to do that. I can throw the cross, leave it out there and throw the kick. I can throw the cross, reset, and post with it and throw the kick as well, okay? So we're just using straight punches to get them thinking and get their hands up so that we can land this leg kick. So as far as setting it up, leading with the hands, straight punches to the face, another way though we can get their hands to come up is going to be throwing like hooks, and specifically the lead hook. The difference between throwing the straight punches and throwing this hook is it allows me to get closer. So now the range of my kick isn't way back here, it's now going to be much tighter, okay? And that gives me another target as well. So if you guys, obviously in relation to you on the bag, my first couple of roundhouses are going beyond your view. When I throw this hook, I'm much tighter and I'm actually stepping into the bag. And that allows me to land that roundhouse more to the front of the leg, okay? This is much more of like a step through kick that we've covered before. All right? And so when you combine these all together, you have different options. Okay, I'm gonna do it from a slight different angle for you guys. I have my straight punch kicks, and I can come in there and hit that hook and start wrapping around the front of the leg as well. So as basic as that may seem to you guys, it probably should be used a lot more, especially in fights, and I don't think it's something we drill enough because we think it's too easy. The second way I want to set up the leg kick, again, we're going to attack their lead leg with our rear leg, the most common. We're going to do it with a body shot, the liver shot specifically, so it's similar to the left hook. However, now we have them thinking something different, especially if we've gone to it a few times. And we're not just going to fake the left hook to the body, we're going to hit it. And this does a few things for us, okay? Just like by throwing straight punches, if we can get them to cover up tight and hard and fast, they're not going to be in their perfect set position. If I can get somebody to start blocking body shots and they lean slightly and they start getting heavier on one leg or the other, it's going to be difficult for them to start moving. Anytime you're putting pressure on somebody and they have to think defense, they really don't have an offense, and they usually get a little sloppier and vice versa. So you can start with straight punches if you wanted to, but the main focus on this one, guys, is going to be to lean off to the side slightly, hit that hook. Now off that hook, you can stay where you're at and throw that leg kick, okay? It will hit, especially if you're using your knee correctly and bringing it through where you need to bring it through. I much prefer the step through, okay? So if I'm going to hit that liver shot, I can step through as I hit the liver, or I can hit and then step through, and you have to just kind of feel what's right for you against your opponent or what you enjoy doing. So I can hit, and after I hit that liver shot, I'm going to stay off center so I don't get hit, and I'm going to step through and attack the front of that quad, okay? So Again, when we lead with straight punches, we're attacking more to the side of the leg. When we do that step through, it's much more to the front of the leg, okay? There's multiple benefits to getting off center with that step through kick and the hook. We're avoiding straight punches from them if they are firing back. But again, I like that as a setup to the leg kick. The third setup I want to go over with you guys is less traditional. We are not going to be attacking our opponent's lead leg. We're going to be wrapping around their rear leg. If you don't have a partner to train this with and really feel where you need to go in relation to them, it's a little more difficult. And I'm going to show you in the bag. In sparring this week, I'll get some footage of me landing it so you guys can see how it works. However, it is, once you get it going, it's not something people expect a whole lot, so you'll land it a lot. And it hurts, okay? We are used to getting kicked here. We're used to checking here. We are much less used to getting kicked in our rear leg. So when you do, it's eye-opening, okay? I like to set this up by setting up my normal switch kick combination, which would be like finishing with the right hand and then doing a switch kick, okay? Now, the difference is what's gonna happen is after I throw my cross and I do a switch, normally if this was my opponent's body, I wouldn't switch to my left side, to their power side. I would kind of switch in place, if anything, moving toward my right this way so that the power of my kick goes this way. I don't want to take away power. However, with that rear leg being so far away, I'm actually going to switch to my left. I'm almost shuffling to the side. At the same time, I shift my, switch my feet and shift my weight over here. So the way this looks, if the bag's my opponent, I'm gonna finish with my lead leg not going to my right, but almost landing to the left of the bag, okay, from my standpoint. So I'm gonna throw that cross, and this switch is gonna shift me around, and now I have a clear angle at that rear leg, okay? And it's something that needs to be done a little quicker. You don't want to get hit with the power hand. Hand placement's crucial. But I'm going to throw that cross, switch over, and throw that switch kick, okay? That shift is what's hard to teach people, and it's something you really kind of got to feel. Do you have to do it like that every time? No. Can you land it from where you're at? Yes. I find it more effective, and it allows me to get off at an angle when I hit it this way, and I hit a solid target much more often. So I'm gonna throw my cross, switch over, and land that kick. I post with that left hand, you guys. That's gonna stop them from landing that cross. That's just 3 different little setups to land more leg kicks. Again, nothing about, especially the first 2 were fancy or eye-opening. It's just about putting them into use and using repetition to get it done. That third one, little fancier. If you haven't learned it, it can be difficult, so you need somebody to show you, and it's very helpful if you guys can get a partner to practice this stuff on so you can practice where your body needs to be, especially on that rear leg kick and even that step through kick. It's a lot harder to practice on the bag if you don't already know it. That being said, guys, I have a lot more coming out over the next week or 2. Please subscribe if you like it. I have a gym walkthrough coming in, and I did that so that everyone can see my gym as it is before we make any cosmetic changes and add things like the boxing ring that's coming in and whatnot. So follow along, and I'll keep releasing more. And then I have news on my next Glory fight. I can't say when or who just yet, but they'll be announcing it in the next week or 2 as well, and I'll do another vlog series on that. That being said, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.